Hey, William, would you want to say hello?
You on field day. You will know. William doesn't know yet. He has never done it before.
Yeah.
It is a powerful enough one to play any video games you could possibly want to play on that thing.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
I wish my son had reached out to us before he...
Once there was a boy with dreams. How many stars do you think are up there?
Not a clue, honey. There are way too many to count.
Once there was a boy who was curious.
Why do people say you should wish upon a star?
Well, we have to send our wishes somewhere, don't we? Why not reach for the stars?
Once there was a boy named Will.
I guess it all started when he was very young and diagnosed with ADHD. It was so hard for him to sit still and pay attention. He was happiest bouncing on the trampoline in the backyard, wielding his sword, lost in his own vivid imagination.
What was that?
That was a shooting star.
Once there was a boy who at 17. Cool, but why did it fall? Took his life way too soon.
That star shone as bright as it could for as long as it could, and now it's off to be something else. Once there was a boy named Will. My son had his whole life ahead of him. He had so much to give.
I wish I could be an astronaut and discover my own planet. I wish I were a doctor and cured cancer. That's the answer to what I wish on stars tonight.
William played it cool on the outside, but he was sensitive, afraid of how the world might judge him.
I wish I was a pilot who could fly forever until I find a place where my dreams are real.
But early on, he was just a playful little boy.
I want toys. I want to make noise. Scream when you say no. Put on my own show, skateboard and fall. I want it all. That's what I wish tonight.
How about you? What do you wish for?
I wish for happiness and a life full of pleasure. That's what I wish for you tonight. There's a thread that binds us to each other, a thin thread that pulls me close to you. William was so good at masking his inner self that it was only close to the end, when things went haywire, that we got even a glimpse of what he'd really been struggling with.
Can I trust you with my darkness? Can I show you what's inside?
We told him all the time that he could ask us or tell us anything.
These voices I cannot hide.
But somehow, it just wasn't enough.
Cannot hide. Driven try to capture you and I, drifting above the sky.
Each one of you out there is just like William, searching for something, for someone to listen to your thoughts, your dreams, your wishes.
Be the kind of person on the other end, the kind of friend, someone who will listen and won't retreat from me.
A lot of parents say that they wish they would have known. We did know that he was struggling with depression and anxiety, but we had no idea that it could end like this.
Someone who won't judge my life. Together we can start a fight, fighting for a thread to hold on to.
I've got a will to survive, a will to survive, a will to survive this freaking confusing life. A will to survive, a will to survive, a will to survive.
Confusing thoughts in my head go away. I'm sick of this daily frustration and pain. Like toxic and venom I flow in your veins. The feeling is dark and the feeling is strange. Keep on checking my phone but no texts or replies. But it's been like 3 hours on Twitter and Vine.
I've got a will to survive, a will to survive, a will to survive.
In 5th grade, some of his classmates decided that some of them were cool and some of them were not. That was the first time in his life, I think, that he felt like he didn't belong.
I hate school. I'm not like them.
Well, everybody's different, sweetie. What about Jack? You guys have always been good buddies.
Yeah, well, he's the only one.
In middle school, William gained a lot of weight, and he was already so tall. Things got complicated.
I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. He made fun of me.
Okay, but Taekwondo?
Yeah, he just made me so mad.
Well, now come on. We've got to be able to come up with a better response to these things than...
Don't worry about it. I can handle it myself.
If I could go back in time, I would have asked more questions. If I could go back in time, I would have made him tell me more about his pain, more about his anger inside. My little boy seemed to hide from the rest of the world. William was one of those 7th grade boys who just always seemed to be getting into trouble. He had a big personality and he liked being in the spotlight. But something was lurking inside of him, and it was going to come back to haunt us. Will, what are those scratches on your arms?
The cat scratched me. Don't worry about it.
By the end of 8th grade, we knew he was cutting. And he started pocketing his ADHD meds because he didn't like the way they made him feel. We were trying all kinds of things, so when he came to us and asked to change schools, we agreed. Maybe a fresh start would make a difference. High school brought new revelations.
Things are all screwed up.
What do you mean?
Why is it that some people have so much and other people are so miserable? And what's this thing about prejudice, like treating somebody differently because they're black or gay or poor? What the hell is all that about?
William was often frustrated by the way people treated each other, even though he was happiest hanging out. While he was sharing his pain with them, he refused to discuss any of it with us.
If I could go back in time, I would have asked more questions. If I could go back in time, I would have made him tell me more
hide from the rest of the world. Thank God for those friends. They were his joy and his consolation, even close to the end. For us, the next 2.5 years were a roller coaster ride. But we were buckled in. We were ready to go wherever it took us. And then suddenly, it was over.
There's a path, there's another path. Which one for you?
There is dark, there is light. Which one is right?
Friends want to help you. That's why we're here. When a friend comes to you, you don't disappear.
They might need a listening ear. They might need someone to care.
There's a thread that binds you to each other.
I wanted to help you, I didn't know what to do. I'm a mess in your favorite dress. You know, the one that I wore. The night on that bridge, you're always right, you know. The one by the waterfall where we fell in love. The night of a million stars. You brought me so much starlight. You showed me I wasn't so strange. Like a mirror, I saw myself. We were the same.
You left me standing on a silent stage in a rage. Picture of you, don't know what to do. How to pursue the next step in life. You left us hanging, waiting for you. The night of a million stars.
You brought us so much starlight. You showed us we weren't so strange. Like a mirror, we saw ourselves. We are the same. We are the same. You brought us so much starlight. You showed us we weren't so strange. Like a mirror, we saw ourselves. We are the same. We are the same.
There is this animated film that William loved. In it, two friends go on a difficult and painful quest. One, a hero, the other, a fool, whose bad choices almost ruin everything. You know, I think William always saw his best friend Ryan as the heroic one, and himself as the fool. In any event, the goal of the quest was to persevere against great adversity to find their own true selves. And in the end, the fool proved his worth, and they rode off into the sunset together. You know, I can understand why he would have retreated into fantasy to deal with this crazy world.
We all need to get through this world of hurt and pain.
Some days it makes you feel like you're going insane.
How do we make sense of it all?
How do we make sense of it all?
Another group of people shot, innocent, unaware. Politics crammed down my throat, hand me the remote.
People on their Instagram, addicted to their phones. Where is reality? Am I in this alone? The world is surreal. Have we forgotten how to feel? How to stop and dream with someone? Is it too late for us to heal in a world that can't find
Become someone famous if you've got enough views. This is just not working. That's what they say on the news.
You can tell your story and then snap, it's gone. Counting likes to validate your existence and beyond. The world is surreal. Have we forgotten how to feel? How to stop and dream with someone? Is it too late for us to heal in a world that can't find
What did we do wrong? That's a question we ask ourselves all the time. How could we not have known that he's experiencing this pain? I've had to come to the conclusion that as parents, we do the best we can.
Sweetie, you can do so much better than this.
Son, remember, make yourself a list.
You failed another test. Why aren't you as smart as the rest?
What are you going to do with your life?
You need to get a job and you need to fight.
It's harder to go farther. Honey, you don't wanna be a loser. So much potential, you're a natural. You just need to set yourself a goal.
Need to get my grades up, wish my mind would shut up. Need to have a date for the prom, I'm a loser, not normal, a loser. College applications, grabs a convocation. Need a vacation, never feel good enough, I'm a loser, not normal, a loser.
Wish I was smarter, wish I was hotter.
Invisible to everyone.
They think I'm a loser, not normal, a loser.
Not athletic.
Yes, pathetic.
They don't know who I really am.
They think I'm a loser, not normal, a loser. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down.
Need to find some new friends, make it feel apathetic. A nuisance to the world, now that's just pathetic. Pressure is building, I'm minding a plus. Now I'm not just feeling before I go off.
No, I won't call the cops if the feeling gets worse. My personal bubble's about to burst. I must have been cursed, my insomnia's the worst. I'll sleep better now, 6 feet in the dirt.
The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down.
In the summer before his freshman year, William reinvented himself. He lost a whole bunch of weight and changed his hair color, dressed all in black. The chubby little boy turned into this striking young man, though he could never see it himself. No matter how many people praised his looks, he just could not believe it.
Why can't I look like Beyonce?
Too thin, too fat,
Too flat.
too curvy, too pale,
Too dark, way too heavy.
too not the kind of girl that makes you go, ooh, she's hot. Too smart,
Too dumb,
too artsy, fartsy,
just
too loose,
Way too cocky,
too unapproachable for you to talk to me. I know you see this zit on my nose. You've been staring at it for God knows how long. I should pop it in your face. Don't you have anything better to do than to spend your time staring at my sweater? Keep your eyes up. Thanks. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Pressure, 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 pressure. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me down. The pressure is pulling me
William spent a lot of time on his phone. In fact, a major portion of his relationships were conducted on the phone. And that is a lot of drama 24/7.
Why hasn't he texted me yet? It's been at least 30 seconds.
It hasn't been that long. I mean, it's been a minute, but still, why won't he text me?
Why won't he text me?
My heart is racing, my hands are trembling, my screen is awaiting your divine poetic self. Why won't he text me?
He's probably at Safeway buying me a fresh bouquet in plastic. I'm so spastic. This is just like him. Classic. But why won't he text me?
Maybe I'll send him a selfie.
Do a little ducky. That's sexy.
Like this. Oh no. This side.
Maybe up here.
Sent.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It makes me look so desperate, even psychotic. Too late. But why won't he text me?
It's 5 o'clock, he should be home. He said he'd write. I guess I'll text him, hey baby, I'm all alone.
Maybe I should do my homework or see what Alyssa's up to. Oh, she just texted me. Hey girl, I'm with Jessie. She's with him. She's with him! Maybe I'll dye my hair.
Maybe I'll never wear the shirt again.
Stupid image hair, and he smells like Old Spice. My dad smells like Old Spice.
I'll just unfriend him on his Instagram and his stupid freaking Twitter account and delete him from all my pictures. Delete. Oh, except this one. He's so cute. This is the time we went to the... No! Oh, he texted me. Me too. Hey there, I was at Safeway buying you flowers.
Saw your friend Alyssa. I'll be over in a few.
He'll
I think William was in love with love. We tried to keep up, but we didn't realize quite how many relationships he was actually juggling. As early as preschool, there were always girls imagining that they were going to marry him.
I like your purple book bag in the morning as it sits in the aisle between you and I, and how you wear your hair pulled back in a scrunchie, whatever you call that thing. I do think I love you.
I like the way you chew your gum, so manly. Your jaw so masculine, and your smile so strong. How could God have made someone so perfect like you? I do think I love you. Your sneakers, your hands, the scar under your eye, your laughter, your kindness, the day you wore that tie, so beautiful to me. Can't you see? Someday we'll get married in June, buy a big house with a yard, have 6 kids, and work at our jobs real hard. I'll be a doctor.
And I'll be something cool. We'll get a dog and swim in our indoor swimming pool. We'll shop for groceries and pay our mortgage bills, send our kids to college and work until we're tired, retired, and move to Florida. We'll have wrinkles
And wear dentures
and watch Wheel of Fortune
in front of our TV.
till death do us part.
I guess we shouldn't jump the gun just quite yet.
I don't even know if you notice me, but every day I see you, something tells me I do think I love you.
William wasn't very interested in politics, but he did connect passionately with the LGBTQ cause. One day he even wore a skirt to school to show support for some friends at a rally. He identified with outsiders and people trying to make a difference. He was the only friend that some people had, and many others leaned on him with their own question marks.
He didn't go to my game last week. He thinks my best friend is a freak, too busy most of the time for me.
He never notices me in the hall. Why would he notice? I'm a guy after all. We're different. He's very different from me.
You'll never be what I want, be what I need. You'll never meet my expectations. How I handle it is up to me. Can't hang on to someone for your dreams. People aren't always what they seem.
Substance abuse was also part of William's story. You know, it starts out as fun and seems to soothe the pain, but there is always a price to pay. Just before he died, William got caught by the cops throwing a can of beer out a car window. He earned himself a stint of community service, but even worse, he alienated his best friend.
Get off the Xbox!
You just ate! Do you really need that? Are you smoking? Put your phone away. Is your homework done? You were out till midnight last night. Put your phone away.
Do you really need dessert?
Turn your music down. Put your phone away. Are you listening to me? Get off the computer.
Play Call of Duty for 6 hours straight.
Ate a box of donuts trying to lose weight.
Smoke 12 cigarettes in 1 day's time. Savory fun.
I can't get enough.
Dancing my bass 60 times a night.
When I'm with my parents, I always start a fight. Checking my homework, make sure everything's right. Why is everything so tough? I can't get enough.
I mean, it's not like I've been doing it forever, and it's legal in Massachusetts and Colorado. I don't know why it's such a big deal here. Like, people do it all the time, and it's just like, I feel anxious, and it helps, and I know you're not supposed to do it alone, and it's better in social situations, but I just need help sometime, and I can stop, right, guys? Guys? And I don't wanna give into this psychological human zoo.
Reaching for something that soothes my soul. I need to kick my habit. Haven't found the tool.
I don't wanna give into the psychological human zoo.
Reaching for something that soothes my soul. I need to kick my habit. Haven't found the tool. I can't get enough.
William loved hanging out on rooftops, spending time under the stars. I think he felt like he didn't belong in this world and dreamed of a different, more heroic life. When we found out that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, we wrapped ourselves around him and we told him that we were going to get through this thing together. But his brain was telling him something completely different.
Hey, Mom, I feel like I don't belong, and I'm scared. Everything feels so wrong. When I wake in the morning, I feel all alone. Hey, Mom.
You're not alone, my precious boy. You bring me light and you bring me joy. We all have days when we get knocked down. Just know I'll be around.
Tell somebody, anybody. Tell somebody, anybody.
When the pain got too much for him to bear alone, he finally started to tell us about it. He described the loneliness, the endless moments in the middle of the night.
It's 3:53 in the morning. I feel like this moment will never pass. A minute's so long, I can't get along with myself.
It's 3:54 in the morning. Not much has changed and I'm still in pain. When will the sun rise again for me?
It's only this moment. Soon time will pass. There's another moment waiting on the other side. Everyone matters to someone. Don't let your head get the best of you. It's not as bad as you think on the other side.
There was a time in my life when I felt nothing, not even sadness. But thanks to my friends, my family, and all of those around me, I am able to feel nothing but happy.
There are times in my life when I feel incredibly uncomfortable in my skin and in my surroundings. I reached out to my mother, and she suggested that I try therapy. And to this day, therapy makes me feel like I do belong.
When Will, my aunt, and my great aunt all died within a few months of each other, I felt like all the emotional stability for which I'd worked so hard just slipped and fell through my fingers and broke into 1,000 pieces. But today, almost 2 years later, every day something small goes my way and another piece snakes back into place.
High school was the height of my depression between internal conflicts, family shifts, most of all, questioning my sexuality. Sometimes it didn't seem like there would be a way out, but with my love of music, especially my guitar, it really helped me through those really, really dark days.
Whenever I'm feeling down, I for some reason think it's best if I just close the door to my room and shut out the world outside. It never works. But the very moment that I open that door and I let the people that I love know what I'm feeling by sharing my emotions and reaching out to them, that is the moment that I finally start to feel better.
I once let someone control and intimidate me in a relationship. It wasn't until my friends and family reminded me who I was that I cut ties and finally felt like myself again.
Several years ago, I got diagnosed with a severe case of Tourette's syndrome and OCD that made me have to go away for a while to get treatment. When I returned home, most of my friends were already off at college, and I felt very alone and isolated. But luckily, I was able to find a loving family and music to find my home again.
I was so overwhelmed. So I made some bad decisions, and I even spent some time in jail. I knew I had to change. I started with the thing that I loved most, music. And I found people who loved it too. I made a life worth living.
I was the girl who was always happy, smiling and making others laugh. But inside, I held such an emptiness that I couldn't explain or understand. I thought I was weak if I asked for help, but with the guidance of my family and friends, I learned that vulnerability is necessary to get through your struggles and eventually overcome them.
In 2015, the height of my struggle with depression and anxiety, I thought that I had to hide how I was feeling so that I could look strong. It wasn't until I reached out and asked for help that I learned that asking for help and reaching out to those around you is not a sign of weakness. Asking for help takes so much strength. And now, when the weight of the world is holding me down, I'm surrounded by love and support from my family and friends.
and they help me get through it.
It's only this moment, soon time will pass. There's another moment waiting on the other side.
William truly believed that we would be better off without him. He thought that he was a burden on everyone. If he only knew that we would have done anything to keep him with us, no matter what the struggles were going to be. We depended on him for that smile, for that hug, for that fierce loyalty that defined him.
Out the window each night, I put my faith in the darkest of skies. When I chose to believe, the only way out was to leave. Grounded on a cold shingled roof, we jump into a snow-covered yard in our youth. And I miss the warmth and weight of arms like blankets, how they'd wrap you up and hold you tight, hold you through your shaking nights. My friends saw me walk through the flames, poses in a bonfire, melted sneakers remain, and I wore them to school the next day, paired with confusion and dismay. Inside my mind, wish I didn't hide, wish I said a little more to shed the weight that pulled me down. Death doesn't dissipate, it only spreads weight around. Yeah, I thought I could be weightless, but a death too soon makes weight that's contagious. Sure, I'm grown, but not enough. Wild like the cherry tree Nikki and I used to eat. Now they're growing around the house, but the taste is bittersweet. Oh, out the window each night, I put my faith in the darkest of skies. And I chose to believe, and I chose to believe, the only way out was to leave. Well, hey, Mom. Starting to think that I was wrong, and I miss picking you up off the ground. Wish we could sit down and talk it out. Oh, there's so much I'd like to say. About the way that pulled me down. Death doesn't dissipate, it only spreads weight around. Yeah, I thought I could be weightless, but a death too soon makes weight that's contagious. So I'm grown, but not enough. Yeah, I was grown, but not enough.
Will had so many people that loved him and cared about him, but he didn't realize that he could reach out and get real help.
Just like all of you, Will was full of brand new ideas and philosophies, but he thought that no one understood him, and he thought that would never change.
But there is always someone who cares, always someone who will listen.
None of us ever have to resort to what Will thought was the answer in order to end our pain.
We wish he didn't leave us, but now it's our job to live our lives the best we can, to realize that life really is worth it, that things can and do change.
We have to learn from Will's struggles and help each other.
Help each other understand that there is always a way to make life work.
I wonder why there's so much violence in the world.
Just like Will.
I feel the pressures of growing up.
Just like Will.
I think everything's out of control. The lying, the hating sort of takes its toll.
A tortured heart isn't easy to feel.
Just like Will.
I believe in justice and human rights.
Just like Will.
I'm touched by your color, race, and how you live your life.
Just like Will.
Society has got us trapped. Just to get through the day, you need your own map. A tortured heart isn't easy to feel.
Just like Will. Just like Will. Just like Will.
I have learned so much since Will died, and I am convinced that had he shared his anguish with us sooner, we would have had a fighting chance to save his life. I truly believe that we could have helped him make a beautiful life worth living, one where he could find the peace inside himself and with the world around him that he was so desperately seeking. So, the hard-won wisdom that I share with you today is that problems can't be solved in the dark. There is hope, but we have to be brave. We have to be willing to reveal ourselves. And please, please, if you're in pain, reach out.
Don't you think it might be better if you were no longer here before you go any farther? Reach out.
When you can't see past a minute, past the pain that tears you up inside, you're gasping for air. Life feels so unfair before you go any farther.
Reach out.
Once there was a boy named Will.
So, does wishing on a star really work?
I think so.
Once there was a boy who was curious.
So, I can wish anything.
Anything?
Once there was a boy who wished on stars.
I need to go, Mom.
Go where?
I'm sorry. I just need to go.
But why?
I love you.
Well, I love you too. There's a thread that binds us to each other, a thin thread that pulls me close.
Hey, what's your name?
When all you feel is hopeless, can't see your way through, the idea of tomorrow holds nothing there for you. Searching for something bigger, something to believe in.
Everything is temporary, your life will rearrange. Though you cannot see it, you must believe me now. You've got to stick around. You've gotta stick around and see it through. Stick around, life hurts too much for you. You can't do it on your own, remember you're not alone. You gotta stick around.
Through your tears and through your fears, you find something somewhere deep. Inside there's a promise you must remember to keep. You are perfect, you are worthy, just the way you are.
You don't know how your story ends, just see it through. There's a happy ending waiting for you. Just breathe and stick around. You gotta stick around and see it through. Stick around, life hurts too much for you.